It's the first week of October, and you know what that means. We get to look at September numbers to see what the Denver real estate market is actually doing. I'm Alex Saldana, Denver real estate agent, investor, house flipper, and I help homeowners, buyers, and investors get all of their real estate questions answered. And if this is your first time here and you find yourself wanting to know a lot about the real estate market and getting the best information, consider subscribing. In this segment, we're going to go over September numbers and continue to see if the Denver market is living up to all the headlines in the media. What's going on with sales prices? What's going on with inventory levels, price drops, days on market, all that stuff. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the numbers and see what's going on for ourselves. Okay, so as always, we're going into the Denver Metro MLS, and we're going to start looking at the stats that we look at every single month, starting with the closed price. Now what we can see, once again, April of 2022 was the absolute peak season. Average price in Denver was $600,000, and that's been steadily dropping by $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But look at this, August 2022, entire MLS $560,000. September 2022, $560,000. We went flat. Now, looking at the new listings, once again, we got June of 2022 with about 11,500 listings, steadily dropping, now 9,700, then 8,100, now down to 7,800. So statistically, we are dropping in inventory in the overall market. So we're not continuing this trend of skyrocketing inventory, which is one of the biggest driving factors of pricing. Active listings on the market. This is where numbers are starting to get a little bit goofy because we're not closing as many properties as we have in the past. And so we can see the number of active listings is slowly dropping, but we're not seeing that big of an adjustment. So let's look back more than 2 years ago and see what it did from July through September. Now this is where in previous years, 2019, which was more of a normal year, we increased from July of 2019 with about 19,000 listings to August, about 20,000 listings, to September was the peak at just under 20,000 listings. So even comparison to what we were having 3 years ago, we're still at record low inventory levels, which is a good thing to see for stabilization. Pending listings. This is what's dropping off the board. So we had the Feds raise rates yet again, and they're probably going to continue raising for the foreseeable future. Well, what that's affected more than it has inventory, because there's been no need for anybody to sell, because if you got in a rate at 2% or low 3%, you have no need to really sell that property unless you have had a major life-changing circumstance, because the amount you're paying on that money is so absolutely low, you'll probably want to hold on to that house for the rest of your life. And foreclosures, they're up a little bit. However, so many people have so much equity over the last few years that they can still sell their house without it going to the auction. And jobs are so strong that we don't have any distressed landlords. So there's no real inventory spike. If we were to see inventory levels double from even where they are currently, I think we would experience some big challenges happening, because as you can see here, we've got 5,900 properties that are pending currently on the market. Compared to previous years, let's go check it out. 21, we had 7,900 versus 5,900. So that's a huge difference. Then back in September of 2020, we had 8,700 compared to 5,900. Going back to 2019, we had 7,000 versus 5,900. So still 15-18% difference from more of a normal year in 2019 to 2022 for pending sales. Sales have dropped because interest rates are high. Closed listings. Once again, we're dropping a little bit here, but compared to the last 2 months, July, August, September, we're kind of flat over those 3 months. So there could be some signs of a little bit of a leveling off. Days in MLS, this is just a huge spike. So the properties we're seeing on the MLS are continuing to stay on the MLS, and we are up to 17 days on average on market. So if you take your property live, expect to be on the market for 2 to 4 weeks on average is what we're seeing. Month supply of inventory, we've gone flat from August to September. Another good sign that things might be leveling off. So shows to pending from August to September, we see 9 showings before going under contract. So just if you're on the market, heads up there. If you've had more than about 12 showings, you might be a little bit overpriced. And now for the opinion piece article and why you're all here. What is my take on what the Denver market is going to be doing over the next few months? Well, I'll be the first one to tell you that I am literally wrong half the time on what the market is going to do. I listen to all the big gurus, all the big talking heads, a lot of people way smarter and higher paid than I am, and they're wrong about half the time as well because it's purely a guess. And trying to predict the top or bottom, let's talk about worst case scenarios. So let's say the market continues to fall. We're about 10% down already from the peaks of earlier this year. If it goes down another 10, 15, 20% in value, most bear markets last a maximum of about 2 years, from 6 months to 2 years. So we're already 6 months plus, 8 months plus into this market. So let's say prices continue to go down. You buy right now, interest rates keep going up, and the house drops in value by another 10 to 15%. That stinks, but as long as you can afford the monthly payment, you're doing okay. Then what's going to happen is that the Fed is going to reverse course, rates are going to go down, then you refi your mortgage, and you're going to be paying less than what you are right now. In 3 to 5 years, the house will likely be worth more than you paid for it during this time. So buy the house you want and love as long as you plan on being in it for a handful of years. The other scenario is that we're already kind of at a bottom, and then in that case, you're gonna be fine either way. Once again, if you're finding this information useful and you want more of this in your life about the Denver real estate market and just the best information that I can give you, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. If you got questions, reach out, let me know, and until the next time, happy housing.